Well, it's really weird. It's there's nothing else really associated with what's going on. It's just my throat just went, you know what? Hey, why don't you go to hell today? And maybe tomorrow too.
You just got Barry White just in time for the pre-show here. Here we are. We're
A little
live.
bit. Oh, hello,
everybody. Hello, chat room. Thank you for your patience.
Hello.
Hello.
Techie, do me a favor. Just check that we're good on levels and things like that. And as soon as we're good with that, you can go ahead and go back to our title screen, and we can push to the full charge, the full go, the full
Monty.
dart.
The
Sure,
full the full Monty?
The full Monty.
Is
I don't
that
think
when
that's-
somebody's naked?
I don't think
Full
that's allowed on Twitch. It was a movie.
Maybe if we're carefully cropped.
I'm just announcing this on
Carefully
Twitter.
cropped, is that like manscaping?
It's like
Carefully cropped is manscaping?
I'm just curious. I don't
Pat,
know.
do you manscape?
All the time. Wait, did you say landscape or manscape?
non-stop.
Manscape.
He's
Mm.
constantly manscaping. He never stops.
Yeah, I'm doing it right now.
If you can't see
Are
both
you
of his
really?
hands, he's manscaping.
Absolutely.
He's got, like little like snippers, and he's just like, you know,
Right.
he's got
All the
like
time.
tweezers, just like ew, and then sightly hair. Gross.
Right.
I don't know
We're ready for Splash, Techie. Go for it.
what's happening.
He's switching back to our title screen.
Splash.
Splash, splash, splash.
So many
Yeah.
technical terms.
You know what I like though? Am I allowed to be talking right now?
Yeah. We're just
Okay, cool.
pre-gaming. It's cool.
Uh,
Oh, look, Pat. Cheers for Pat.
oh,
Yay.
I love that.
Thanks.
Oh my
Francis.
god. Yeah, Pat should be on more often because then we get more cheers. Probably. That's what you're good for, Pat.
Sweet. I'm good for something at least.
Hey, you are. You know what? You are.
Okay.
Thank
For
you.
cheers. I'm always
Give me
cheering.
Give me a few seconds here.
For
Let's-
what?
Sure you don't want
Let's clear
Uh,
mics.
Can we get a pull count timer, please? No? All right, fine. That's fine. I'm looking for a good image to go with my tweet. Oh, there's one of me holding a baguette like a penis. There we go.
Remember the part where I said clear the mics?
Oh, sorry.
Jesus Christ. And we're back! Welcome, everyone, to episode 62 of the Friday Nights with Fist and Thorn and with Pat. Welcome, Pat Crane.
hi. Only 7 more, guys. Only 7 more.
Uh-huh.
7 more shows. Countdown has
Oh,
begun.
yeah.
So sometime in April.
Sometime in April, you're
Probably.
gonna see
believe it.
something that you never thought you'd ever see before.
I think it falls right on April 20th.
Nice. Oh, and
420.
it's the 420 episode.
Oh,
It doesn't, but that'd be awesome.
that would be amazing.
Maybe
though.
we should delay episode 69 for 420 and have a special Saturday episode instead.
Wow, that would be. I don't know. That might be too much for the stream, though.
Too hot for TV? I mean, we already
hot
have to
for
watch
Twitch.
it. Which
Honestly,
is the new TV, so.
yeah, that would be amazing though. Could you imagine like F and Titties, the 69th episode on 420 featuring Pat Crane.
I feel like we should do that. I feel like we should push it one day because it's instead of having it Friday night, we'll just have it Saturday this time instead, and it'll be on 420.
Okay.
Right, or just have it a little bit later so that it's on like at the beginning part
Fair.
of 420.
Yeah, if we
Right.
wait 1 extra hour, it'll
Right.
be 420 Eastern time.
Okay.
Right.
And Pat has to be here too.
Oh boy.
Pat.
What did I get myself into?
Episode 69 featuring Pat Crane.
I gotta come up with some sort of gimmick or something.
Just come topless. It'll be fun.
I have no idea what that could be.
I am
Well,
right
we don't
now.
Are you? No, you're not. I can see you. You can't lie to me. You should
Oh.
take that sweater off though. It's offending me, honestly.
He could be bottomless though.
Stop.
Bottomless Crane.
Pat's always bottom. Stop it, Pat. That's offensive, okay?
Pat, are
This
you
is a
walking around like
horde
Winnie the-
show.
it's horde centric. It's not horde only.
Well, I'm still offended.
It would be if we could.
Well,
Like too many of you Alliance folks.
well, I am thinking about playing a horde tune. I mean, I've got a max level horde tune already. So I mean, it's not like it's
Yeah. So what's making you think this, Pat? Where's this
what?
coming from?
Oh, because there's a
What?
because I kind of want to raid on both sides of the coin,
Okay.
Yeah. And I think that would be kind of cool. So
Yeah,
Nice.
being horde would be really cool. You should definitely do that.
well, being horde would be limited, but yeah,
I'm so horde right now.
What?
because I've got wow,
I was trying to follow the thread.
Oh, that makes me so horde.
it makes me
Hordy.
yeah. I was gonna say hordy. I think would probably be a little bit better, but
you know,
Hordy.
Horde.
Right.
It sounds like you're saying hard with an accent. It's like, oh, I'm so horde.
Like my crappy Australian accent.
Yeah, your terrible Australian accent. Lay
It's
it
so
on us
bad
a little bit.
that I-
Good.
I'm so horde.
I'm so horde. It's really hard to do.
Right, it is. You sound like damn it, I forgot the band. From the 2000s. Anyway, doesn't matter.
Creed. Hello.
Yeah, sure.
Real.
So horde. I don't think they talk about being horde on Creed.
Creed is not horde.
No.
Creed
Creed
is
is
definitely
alliance so much.
Just-
That was pretty good.
Right, so
Right.
I
we
know
touched
the
on a
words.
couple of things pre-show that I made you guys stop talking about specifically
Yes.
because it was such gold.
Right.
Let's start with your search history, Pat.
Oh yeah. So today my web search history was ruined by Fist.
How
Why do
so?
people-
What
people
happened
keep
here?
telling me that.
It was ruined. It was ruined.
Like, this is your
So,
fault that I
I'm
looked
gonna.
at this.
I
Pat,
need
are
to
you on
open
a
up.
list now?
Well, probably. I've been on lists for years though, so it's fine. It's that part's
I've been
totally
on lists for years.
List,
What
yeah.
list?
it's a bunch of different lists.
I
Anyway,
guess, given the timing,
so
the comment, we should probably watch those kinds of comments.
So one of the things that we were talking about today was that I had a phone call with somebody and we got into it like a technical situation. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. We got talking about microphones for some reason, and
Yeah, they're
Fist,
talking about mics.
you said,
I said, are they making microphones shaped like dicks?
and I'm like, that's already a thing. That's a thing that's been happening forever.
I mean,
But then I'm
is
like,
that what they look
I
like?
mean, I'm
'Cause
looking at yours, and
and then I was like, well, everything looks like a dick these days. And
I'm not surprised
So
that you said that. By
things
the way.
that look like dicks.
so exactly. And so I was like,
He didn't even have to type in the whole thing. It just like went to it automatically.
It auto completed
Yeah.
as soon as
You've done it that
what
before.
looks like,
Yeah.
and it said a dick.
dicks.
Um,
Hard dicks. Lots of
and
dicks.
and
Horrid
so I found I found a couple of things. One of which was a lipstick.
Lipstick.
Lipstick penises, I guess.
Dick.
I
Lipstick.
don't know. What is it called? It's called
Lipstick.
Oh, it's you'll like this. The actual name of it is called Dick for Amanda.
Amanda, you slut!
And so
Hey!
and it looks like and it comes in many different shades and lots of different shapes and all that kind of
Try
stuff.
all the
And
colors and all the shapes.
at least that's what
Colors
at
of
least
the
that's what this picture says. It says Dick for Amanda and it has the lipstick thing and it's just like never mind.
Man, Amanda's lip-
Can't talk too much about it.
Oh,
But it's funny. It's cute and
What
it's
an
weird.
age we live in.
it's like the lipstick
know.
part, like that's shaped like a dick, like that part.
Right.
Like
Right.
it looks like a little.
Right.
You know.
And so when you when it I don't know, it's kind of like that plus whack-a-mole. I mean,
Apply.
it's kind of
Wait, what?
the whack-a-mole game.
Is there a whack-a-mole game with dicks that
up.
come up and then you whack them with a big mallet?
Probably.
No.
That would be pain. A guy didn't come up with that, but it probably does. I mean, it's probably out there, right?
It's like a glory hole.
So they'd be like actual dicks, and like you could have to like.
Can you imagine the array of humanity that would have to be under there to like? They'd have to be in all these weird. It'd be like Twister under there.
Yeah,
it
would be.
It would be. It would be. Boy.
Okay, so rip Pat search history.
Yeah, so there was that one, and then there was a weather phenomenon in New Zealand where there was like a cyclone, or I'm not sure exactly what it was, but it was a cloud essentially that looked exactly like a penis, and the weatherman said as much. He didn't say penis, but he said, "And if you zoom out on this, what does it look like, guys?" And and one of the news. one of the anchors said, "Come on, man." It was like, "Come on, mate. Why don't you hit me over the head with a frying pan?" I can't remember. It was something very New Zealandy, though.
Very.
And then the woman anchor wouldn't stop laughing. So
it really does look like a real live
legit.
dick.
Yeah.
I need that clip now.
Okay.
Let me. I'll put it in chat.
So like the cloud dick
Thank you.
would probably rain would come out of it. But then whenever the cloud dick got stormy, maybe lightning would come out instead. Like two different things.
Right.
That is, they should see a doctor about that.
Lightning dick. You wouldn't want to mess with that, would you? Probably you wouldn't.
No, I would not. No. It's two things that I really don't want to deal with.
What's the second thing?
With well, I'm not super into penises. I mean, I have one, but that's about all. That's my
God, you
only interaction. Sure. I have 3. No, wait. No, that's not true.
God.
But other than my own,
it's like, I like that. It's
not
like
really
kids,
a thing.
It's like
It's not really a thing.
I don't like kids, but I'll like my own. It's like, oh well, I don't like dicks, but I like mine just fine.
Well, but that's that's legit because hey, what else you got?
That's true, and like
true.
if you're happy with what you got,
You gotta like yourself.
Yeah, so you gotta celebrate that every night and in the morning as well, and in the afternoon if you can hide in the back.
You have to celebrate, but I mean, come on, you gotta
celebrate good times. Come on.
It's built in.
It says celebrate. Oh, that's a punchline.
I got it. Yeah, no, that's great.
It's a,
Pat, do you remember that movie Twister?
yes.
Oh God.
I love that movie.
I hate that movie.
So do I.
Everybody hates it, but me. I love that movie. It is amazing.
It has one of the worst. Well, he's not the worst, but he's a really bad actor. Bill Pullman.
Yeah, no, he's terrible.
No, he is terrible. Or he was terrible.
Did he die?
He's passed.
Yeah.
Now, yes. A couple years ago, I think.
Did he die in a tornado? Wouldn't that be weird?
No, but it was odd because he died young.
Yeah, I remember that. I forgot.
So, or he died youngish, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, that movie was about tornadoes.
Yes. That movie was about tornadoes.
No, it's Bill Paxton.
Oh, Bill Paxton. Sorry, not Bill
Pullman.
Bill Pullman is the president from ID4.
Yes.
Sorry.
What is that?
From Independence Day.
And guess
also
what?
The father in Casper.
And
the
guess
Casper
what?
Guy.
Thanks.
Yeah.
He is also another bad actor, I think. Personally, I'm not a fan of Bill Paxton or Bill Pullman.
I think I like Bill Pullman, but only because I think he's more handsome than Bill Paxton.
I mean, it is a shallow industry.
It is. And I'm a shallow person. Because, like, he was all like, No, he was in Casper and he was single, and then he just decided to kill himself to be a ghost. And I was like, oh, great. You know, because like we already talked about ghost sex, and we decided that it was more difficult than it was probably. It'd probably be great, but it's still very difficult.
Right.
Maybe not so fulfilling. I'm not sure. But then Casper gave up his ghost.
You just got to get into the spirit of it.
Oh, Pat.
Yeah.
That was awful. Why did you do that?
Who did this?
Who did this?
The cast
Why
of
did you do
Twister
that?
Also included though Carrie Elwes.
Who's that?
Oh, yeah. He was Princess Bride.
Yes, the main.
Oh, he was the
Western-
bad guy in Twister.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
And
that's
also the good guy in Men in Tights.
yes.
Of Tights.
Yes.
Robin Hood
We're
Men in
men. We're men in tights. Tights.
That was a good one.
Yeah, that was a good movie. I like that movie. That movie has chef in it. And that brings us round to we were going to talk about South Park.
The South Park reference to shake weights.
Yeah, so that was another thing that we talked about before we actually started going, and it was the Shake Weight episode of South Park, which is
Yes.
pretty damn funny. I saw that last night.
You saw this because it's
last
okay.
night.
So it's like the Shake Weight episode, and then it's also the Creme Fraiche episode.
Yes.
Right.
Both are amazing. I mean, it's the same thing.
Because he's obsessed with cooking shows.
Yeah.
Right.
Except that they are aligned in innuendo to be porn instead.
Of course.
Like he's on the line on the 900 number, and somebody's cooking on the other end instead of like.
Are
being
you,
sexy.
are you using a wooden spoon? Yeah, I'm using a wooden spoon. You want to help me stir it?
If I was there, I'd help you.
And then along comes Shake Weight, and Shake Weight is the understanding partner that what's her name? Not Shelly. It's
Sharon.
Sharon.
Yeah. Sharon. Yeah.
That Sharon needs. And when she's done exercising, she gets cab fare, which is nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
And a squirt in the face to be refreshed.
Right.
And like the moral of the whole Shake Weight storyline is that it teaches her how to perform an old fashioned, which
Right.
is essentially a hand job. And,
Which I had always thought was just an alcoholic beverage.
oh no.
Same here. I'd never heard that term before.
I had never heard that until I think we had a conversation about that fist about, I mean, it was just like very, very brief. It was basically just that.
Yep.
But yeah. And I was like, that's not an old fashioned, that's a beverage.
Yeah. I'm
And then I
always
saw that
trying to
episode and I'm like
talk
going, oh, now I know what she was
yeah,
talking about.
there you got it now.
Right.
We have really strange conversations often.
We do.
I think that's your
Imagine
fault.
that though.
How do you?
You know, it is you after all. It's mostly you. Let's face facts.
What's that supposed to mean?
You come up with something weird, and then I feel like I have to top it. So then I get a little competitive with it, and then
one upper.
yeah,
And that's
I know.
fine. You know, that's fine. That's our dynamic. You know,
it's okay.
I'm
yeah.
kind of a bottom feeder. I go for the low hanging fruit. I don't mind. I mean, if it's a dick joke, it's funny to me. And then you make it a little, smarter, more intelligent.
There was a tweet from Neil Acree, right? Is it Acree or is it? I don't know.
I think so. I think that's how you pronounce it.
And what he said was, his tweet was, "I make people cry for a living. What do you do?" And I was gonna say, I tell fart jokes. I did not actually tweet that out. I was going to, because I was getting pizza tonight, and then pizza was ready, and so I'm like, all right, I'll bail out of that because I was really hungry.
And it was a good looking pizza.
Yeah, no, it was good.
Beautiful. Did you eat the whole thing?
Damn near. I mean, it's so awesome. So,
Ah, man.
but it, like Christy Golden replied to it and says, "Me too." Taryn Gregory says, "Me too." And I'm like, I tell fart jokes. Wouldn't that be lovely? And for you, it would be, I tell dick jokes.
I do.
So,
I absolutely I often I only ever marvel at myself when I come up with really good innuendos. Because that's my talent, that's the thing that I'm best at
It's
in
your
life.
racial.
Yes. Well, that and like being non-confrontationally polite.
That's
But that's
that's
like
a Canadian.
That's
Yeah,
your
yeah.
national.
Yeah, that's a product of where I'm from.
That's a racial for Canadians. Yeah.
Definitely,
agree.
yes. But I don't know, like if somebody was like, show me, like pointing a gun to my head and they're like, show me the thing that you do best. And I would make this amazing dick joke and they'd be like, oh, okay.
All right, that was pretty good. That was pretty
Yeah.
good.
Way.
Yeah, that's my talent. Yes.
And I would just play a fart sounder and it would go, oh yeah, all right, sweet.
I like when you do that because that's when I know that the show is starting.
Yeah. It's official at that point.
Well, and it makes you laugh every time, and that's always
It's funny. It doesn't take much to make me laugh, honestly. Which I think is good, probably.
It's true.
nice. Probably. Yeah, if you were a tough crowd, I think that would make everything kind of very different
I
In the-
know.
in the dynamic with you and everyone else.
I think that's why people like having me on their show because they know I'll just go for anything. They're like, hey, Fist, listen to this fart noise. And I'm like, lol.
Well, that was easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Hey,
Exactly.
Fist, well, if you were naming a dumpling store, what would it be?
Oh yeah.
All right. So my coworker and I were talking about what we'd call a dumpling restaurant. And we came up with dumps and buns because you'd have buns. And then noodles, so nudes. So it'd be like dumps and buns and hot nudes or whatever.
And
Yeah. No,
ODS.
and but it should be hot dumps
Yes.
and fresh nudes
Dumps. Fresh nudes.
and I don't know what the buns would be. What would the buns be?
Fresh?
Well, the nudes are already fresh.
Oh, did you
Yeah.
already say that?
I mean, it could be fresh buns, but that's like
Yeah,
two
that's
in the
cross
pocket.
buns.
You know?
Yeah, that's weird. No, okay, so
We're
it's
already
like
using hot.
hot dumps. No, okay, hot dumps,
Wet.
steamy nudes, and fresh
Oh.
buns.
Nice.
Yeah. All right.
I'm like, do you really want a fresh bun? Or do you
Yeah.
want like, a little something to grab onto?
Why couldn't you have both? You could have a fresh bun that has
Like
something.
a thick-
You could say thick buns,
Mm. Thick
two
buns,
C's.
steamy
C's.
nudes,
Yeah,
hot
thick.
dumps. You got some hot
Honestly,
dumps
you
in
can
your nudes?
interchange any of those and they all work.
Actually, in New York, isn't it? Aren't like hot dumps like just found on the sidewalk all the time?
Oh yeah, I see pieces everywhere. You really have to look down a lot of the time.
Oh, God.
Legit, I was walking
No
past.
thanks.
I was going to the subway train, and we were like down in the subway station-y thingy, and this homeless person had just taken a fresh dump. What do we call it?
Hot dump.
Hot dump. And then they used a pamphlet to scoot the dump away from them, and it was dry. Like it wasn't dry, but it was dryish, like dog poop. So she like scoots it away
She?
into some people walking past her, and then they
Oh.
stepped in it. And
Oh,
they didn't notice until it was too
oh,
late.
God. Oh, God.
And I watched the whole thing. That could have been me. But I look down when I walk because otherwise you're just going to step in grossness. And
Right.
that's New York.
That's
What's
New
on the
York
pamphlet
for you.
Besides
Yep.
some poop.
Lots of poop. Just poop. And it
What was
smells like human urine.
What was
All
the
the
pamphlet she
time.
used, though?
What?
What was the pamphlet that she used, though?
I don't know. I wasn't looking that closely. I didn't want to see it at all.
Right. Yeah. No. That's no good.
No, not at all. But what is cool is so I don't know how many of you guys might have this chat, but I have something called geographic tongue, and it's when I don't know if my taste buds go away per se, but it looks like they do, and it's always in like a strange pattern on my tongue, and like I'll usually have it to some degree, but sometimes it'll be worse, and when it's like really bad, then I can notice it just by feeling it, but most of the time I just don't. So I don't know if anyone else has this, but I've got it a little bit today, so I'm gonna show you guys. You ready?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
You can kind of see that.
Uh-huh.
You're
Uh-huh.
gonna have to get like a lot closer to the camera. Okay. All right. Yeah.
All right.
Looks a little mappy.
Yeah, just a little patchy. But yeah, no, I've had it my whole life, and like sometimes I mention it to people, and they're like, "That's what it is," because like that happens to me all the time. I've also got something else that's weird on my body.
What? What?
Okay, so everybody in chat,
What a wind up.
this is good. Okay, you guys too. Look at your pinky finger and notice how it has 3 sections.
Yes.
And when you
Yeah.
bend it, it bends into 3.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Everybody's looking at it.
Yep.
Okay. So, I like to like start off the story this way because sometimes when people look at it, they realize that they have something like I do. That's happened before. It was really cool. Nobody like they never really noticed that it was different. So I have 4 sections on this pinky. There's 4. I'm gonna try to
4
show
of
you guys.
these lines.
Can you see?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Kinda. It's super.
But
bright
is
on
it
your finger.
so? Is it another? Is it?
Another joint?
Does it bend? No.
No,
Not
it's
another
just
joint.
it's just like a pocket
It's just
of
like
like
a. It's just
finger
like a
pudge.
finger pudge.
Yeah, but there's
Okay.
4. So
Okay.
like there's 3 and then there's 4. So I've got 4 sections on this finger. So and it's kind of bent too, but I don't think that has anything to do with anything. But yeah, I just wanted to share that. I shared it on a website when I was a teenager and somebody called me a
Oh
mutant.
boy.
And I was like, like not even a cool mutant.
Like an X-Man?
Exactly. Pat, if you had
Extraordinary
mutant powers, what do you think they'd be?
Oh boy. I don't know. That's gonna take a. You can't ask like a deep question like that.
Yeah, that's an important one.
I mean, of course, everybody would love the power of flight.
Yes.
I think
Sure.
that would make commutes to BlizzCon so much easier.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. So other than flight, what superhero would you most like to be like
Oh, okay, so you
in either universe, right? So X-Men, either Marvel or DC, which one would you think that you would want to be most like?
For me,
Yeah.
like powers wise, I think I would want to be like Snowbird because she can turn into any animal that is found in Canada, but she can't use her powers outside of Canada. And I really like that.
That's super specific.
Yes,
that
it
you'd
is.
only
She's
live
part
in
of
Canada.
Alpha Flight. Yeah, I'd have to live in Canada. She's also like half of a goddess. She's like is that a demigod or is that something else?
That would be a demigod.
Right. Yeah.
Mhm.
I love Alpha Flight.
Mhm.
What about you guys?
Thorn, how about you?
So it's my first inclination was to say Superman because I was a big Superman fan when I was a kid.
Yep.
But however, the thing that always intrigued me even more was Green Lantern, because that's only limited by your will and imagination. So if he can literally create
Wow.
anything with his ring, there's just like such opportunity for that.
You could
It makes-
create so many delicious meals.
Yes.
It makes for a horrible movie, however.
Yeah.
That was such a bad
Horrible.
movie.
Oh my God, I had
And-
such high hopes too.
So the other problem with Superman is that if you have all of his powers, you have to be just as good as he is. You have to be
Oh.
Yeah.
just as much of a goody two shoes as he is. Otherwise, you're not Superman,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right?
That's no fun. But then you
Right.
might have Kevin Costner as your dad, and I always wish that Kevin Costner was my dad.
Sure.
Oh, man.
Unless you go with the TV series, in which case Luke Duke would be your dad.
No,
No,
Kevin-
Bo Duke. Sorry, Bo Duke.
Oh
I don't
yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know who that is.
I forgot about that.
What's his name? Snyder. What's his first name? I can't remember.
Zack Snyder?
No.
What was the theme
But,
song to that show? It was really annoying. I remember. Somebody say.
That's it. Yeah. And
John.
coincidentally, that
John
song has
Schneider.
one of the worst intros ever. It's like this horrible sound is the first thing you hear as that song starts off. It's very strange. Save Me by Remo. Thank you, chat. Nice one.
So I think that if I really wanted to be one of the superheroes,
Juggernaut.
I gotta say the one that impresses me the most is probably
Jubilee.
No, Groot. I mean, sure, I could only say one word forever, but I mean that's pretty cool. Being a living tree and like being able to do that stuff, that's
Do you
amazing.
think you'd have like a dick vine?
It'd be my little sprout. Yeah.
we have a show title?
Sometimes that's all you need.
I mean, the Sprouts is the start, right? And it's
Right.
all uphill from there.
Well, and when and then that reminds me of when I was growing up. No. This is a very clean story. This is not a bad story or anything like that. But so my dad worked for Pillsbury, and Pillsbury owned Green Giant, the frozen vegetable company, right? And so they had Green Giant, and the little Sprout was the one that could talk. The Green Giant would only say Green Giant at the end.
Yep.
Whatever. And where they grew all the stuff was actually about an hour away from our house. So,
Okay.
or where the big farms were. So that made me think of my youth with little Sprout and Green Giant.
Well, which was it?
It wouldn't be a little Sprout. It would be a Green Giant. Let's face it. If you're gonna be Groot,
There you go.
Oh,
All right.
okay.
Green Giant.
What? Because there was a little Green Giant, right? Wasn't his name Sprout?
Yeah, there was Lil Sprout,
The little guy.
and
Yeah,
then
okay.
and then Green Giant.
So it can't be Sprout. It's got to be the Green Giant.
Yeah.
Okay,
Right.
got it.
Is that what it's called? Like, is that what you call it?
Yes.
You know, actually,
It's
no.
really-
What I would call it is I am Groot.
Right.
Because if you're going to be
Point.
Groot, you only can say I and am and Groot in that order specifically.
Right.
Yes,
Right.
but other people can come to understand
Right.
what
Right.
the phrase actually means.
Right. If you've watched Guardians 2, they all understand at the end.
Yeah.
I am Groot. Oh, come on.
Whoa.
Take it back. Damn. So,
If I had a penis, I'd name it Wang the Cock Johnson.
How long have you thought about that?
I came up with that the other day.
I was gonna say this is not new. The look on your face says that you had this in your back pocket the whole time.
I'm just saying, it's good.
it is good.
Wang.
It's a solid dick name. It was very hard to come up with.
Nice.
That's pretty good. That was
Yeah.
pretty good.
You guys, like any dick havers out there, can steal that because obviously, what am I gonna do?
Any dick havers.
Yeah, dick havers. Anybody who's got one, you go
Right.
right for it. Like I would be honored. You take that, take that gift I've just given to you, or call it Little Sprout. If
it's
you want, just
Sure.
like pets.
Sure.
Wayne the Cock Johnson.
Wang the Cock Johnson.
Wang.
Wang. Oh
Yeah.
my god. So
Wang.
that I don't know. That's
That's
also
3 innuendos for the price of Wang.
for the price of
Price
Juan.
of dong. Price of dong. So Pat, it's your birthday coming up, eh?
Yeah, in a little bit.
What should we do for your birthday? I'm already composing a song.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's intense.
I know. It
That
goes
takes- Way too much thought.
I've got a lot of emotions.
All right.
I just thought, like through song it'd be easier.
Is it because I'm one step closer to the grave? Is that so you're like lamenting?
No,
Oh,
what?
okay. All right.
No.
I'm just
Stop.
curious.
You
I don't
are-
know how people think about things. I mean, if you're doing a song in effigy to,
No, it's a birthday song. You
Oh,
weird
okay.
man. Like,
all right. I wasn't sure.
why are you so dark about this? You're healthier than all of us. You're gonna outlive us all.
Not
You know
right
that,
now.
right?
All right, now my voice is all screwed up. I don't know what's going on.
Probably because you haven't gone out running for like a second. Because that's what you do. You're like, oh, I can't talk anymore. I gotta go running around
No,
in the
I don't-
forest.
I
I
don't
gotta go
run.
ride my bike.
I don't.
I gotta
really-
go skiing in the mountains. It's like, oh,
Well, yeah,
okay.
of course you go skiing in the mountains. What else are you gonna do in the mountains?
I don't know. Find a cabin with some Wi-Fi and play WoW.
Hang out with Guy Fieri.
Don't do that.
No, he's not
He
that.
wants your little Sprout.
Followed by Guy Fieri.
He wants to turn it into a salad.
Probably that makes sense. All that
Yeah,
makes
no,
sense.
like you're like, it's just like you're one of those WoW gurus who like go and do things IRL, and it's so weird. It's weird.
Yeah, no, it is weird.
I mean,
I've been doing more things in IRL since I've been here.
you really
so
have.
It's
You're
kind of
turning into a regular Californian.
Well, it must be
I
nice,
guess.
right? Like you're in a new region. There's a lot to explore, and
There's tons to explore.
it's very conducive to that.
Yeah, and like Minneapolis, if you go 2 hours outside of Minneapolis in any direction, you have probably flat land and not a lot else going on. But
It's like
if you
creepy rural folk.
but if you
offer
do
you their apple juice.
if you go to Wisconsin, yeah, absolutely.
Ew.
But 2 hours outside of where I'm at, I mean, you have a bunch of different varieties of things. I mean, there's the ocean, the mountains, whatever. So you can get into all sorts of trouble around here. So it's nice.
Trouble,
It's nice.
nude beaches, nude mountains, nude forests.
Nude mountains.
Yes.
I don't know how you clothe a mountain, but sure.
No, Pat, that's not what I meant.
Oh, no.
You get naked and you go onto a mountain with other naked folk.
Oh.
Yes.
See, like, if you were doing stuff
gotcha.
like that, I would totally understand why you weren't playing WoW. But you're not. You're just doing like regular stuff with clothes on, and I'm just like,
Right.
okay.
Yeah. Most of my adventures, I am wearing clothes. Yes.
Most of them.
Yeah, most. I'm not going to say all, but I will say most.
That's
I was-
fair.
My man.
You know.
We all know, like, you used to be a nudist, so I like that. Those things die hard, you know,
Used to be.
or
And a
soft.
pimp, you know.
Wait, they die hard?
Die
Gotta see.
very hard.
Gotta see a doctor.
Die horde.
Could be-
Horde.
Could be worse. It
Horde.
could be more like a wacky waving inflatable tube man.
Oh.
You don't
no,
want that
would
action.
be- No, that would be bad.
Like, you could like tie like a fishing line to your like dick and just like, just like Oh, and you could put like little like pipe cleaner arms on it.
Just full stare at you.
So that was
No
that
reaction
was
at
so
all.
Monty Python. That was so Monty Python.
What?
It was like the guy talking about, is your wife into photography, eh? Is she like taking snaps? Whatever it was. I can't remember exactly what the thing was, but and then it would be a wink is a, what is it? There's something about, I can't remember now.
I don't know this one.
Wink?
Oh, no, it was a wink to a bat is a blah, whatever it was. It was Eric Idle, and I don't know.
I love Eric Idle. I had a crush on him when I was little.
Say no more. That was the bit.
Him, Mr. Miyagi, Brian Adams, Patrick Duffy from Dallas. I
Right?
don't know. I've got a weird taste. What was I saying? Yeah, pipe cleaner arms. Then you like, and that's like, it's crazy.
Okay.
Oh,
All right.
and like little googly eyes
Wait, how does that go with the fishing line?
because you're holding, like you tie it, and then you like that's the wacky waving,
Okay,
The-
okay.
the wacky
okay,
waving.
I get you.
Yeah, and they're like,
Fling it around a little bit.
yeah. So you couldn't be like erect. You'd have to be semi-erect, or not at all, depending.
Flaccid,
Sure. Right.
if you
Right.
were,
Yeah.
Right.
as it were.
And then you just
Right.
like, and it's going, yeah, like that.
Right. Right.
That's how it goes.
If I had a dick, the first thing that I'd do is put googly eyes on it and take a snap.
This all
Nice
just
story.
reminds me of the wiggle worm thing when you were a kid that used the hose
Oh!
from the house, and then it would spew. Oh God, that
Wait,
is
what?
so phallic now.
The hose from the house and it would
yeah.
spew what now?
So it spew water out of the top of it, and it was was it called the wiggle worm?
I don't know what this is.
I'm trying to remember. It was from the 80s.
Nice man down the street. Oh,
Yeah. No.
the wiggle
No.
worm with the hose.
It was like a yard toy. It was basically like a sprinkler that you could play in
Okay.
Sure.
as
So
a
other people would
kid.
play in this.
Maybe, so maybe it wasn't wiggle worm,
Oh,
but
your
maybe but
wiggle
it was something like that. And it's very kind of phallic anyway. So I mean, it's basically just a child penis. No, it's not a child penis.
Now we have another title for the show.
No, I don't think you want to call it that. I want to find this stupid thing though because it's because it's just bugging the hell out of me now. I'm like, where is this yard? It was I can't remember what it was called, but it was something along those lines.
I mean, this all goes back to you ruining your search history.
And now it's ruined again.
Yeah, no, it's
and
totally
now
ruined.
it's the cops are going to be on their way. They're like, oh yeah, no, this is all sorts of red flags today. What's going on with you today, Pat? Oh jeez.
Hey man, it's fine. That's just
Oh jeez.
That's
I'm gonna get rated of my own doing.
Oh my God.
it was gonna happen eventually.
Right. That's probably
we all
true.
Knew that. We all knew that. That's why Pat has been so straight laced this whole time.
I have been?
Yeah, and then he guest stars on FNT&T's one time, and the cops are showing up at his house.
Yep. Well, at least I've already had pizza, so I'm good.
You know,
That's true.
all else could go wrong for the rest of the night, and at least did have that.
Now I gotta find this stupid thing. After we're done here, I'm gonna go on all sorts of web searches and stuff like that. So,
hey FBI, leave me out of this.
yeah, that's probably wise.
Nice one.
Well, it is the hour, so I think that's a show. But
that's where we're gonna leave it. Oh,
yeah, we're
no.
Right here, just in case.
I think you could take any like 5-second snippet of this episode, and it would just be ridiculous.
Right. Please don't clip anything out of context. Please don't do that. Please.
Like, it's our show. Like that's context enough, isn't it?
Yeah.
Maybe.
I'd say so.
Oh God.
But yeah,
Pat,
so yes, thank you, Pat.
Thank you for having me as always on your show of shows.
We'll have you back on the 69th episode.
Oh boy.
Maybe I don't
on
have
420.
To us anymore after.
Yeah, on 420.
Depends on what happens with this show for sure.
Maybe we'll never see you again. Who knows? But thank you everyone for the subscribes and for the gift subscribes or gift follows or just all the cool stuff that you guys did. Thank you so much. And thank you for watching. Pat, why don't you tell the nice people where they can find you online?
So converttorade.com is where all the Convert to Raid stuff is. And Beermageddon, nice to see you. Hello. Sorry. And then on the Twitters, I'm at Pat Crane, and that's Crane with a K. Pretty much all the socials are Pat Crane with a K. So there.
With a K.
With a K.
By the way, it's called the Whammo Water Wiggle, and
Water Wiggle.
Maddox1010 found it for you in chat. Thank you, Maddox.
Thank you so much. I'm gonna look it up.
It is a real thing now, so now we don't have to assume anything about you.
Right.
It's called the Whammo Water Wiggle.
Yes.
Water Wiggle.
And it is. And
Not
it
this
is
wiggle worm.
10 out of 10.
and it is crazy because it's just spewing water all over the place. So yeah.
Yeah. Innocent hose water.
We might have to use this imagery as our new transition slide for the show.
Sure.
Because this is excellent.
Maybe.
Yeah, no, it's pretty good.
Yeah,
good.
but anyway, thank you guys for watching. We do a show called Lagging Balls. It is about Blizzard games. That's audio only, and there'll be a new episode dropping this weekend. And there's something else that I was supposed to say. Have a good weekend, everybody. Thank you for watching. And legit, there was something I was supposed to say, and I don't remember.
Is it esports related?
Actually,
you're gonna be on?
yeah, the AWC's on tomorrow, so you should watch that definitely.
And we had Method Black and Tempo Storm today.
Oh,
so crazy.
Good shit. Oh
that was
god,
really, really crazy. That was awesome.
Really good. I think Wicked Kitten just started
look at
doing
that.
stuff, so we should raid her probably.
Yes. We should.
Techie, do the thing. Please.
What are we going to say when we get over there? How about Little Sprout?
Yes.
Oh boy. There we go.
Thank you for coming, Pat. We love you.
Yeah. Thank you guys.
You're the best.
No, you are.
No, you are.
No, you are.
I know you are.
I can't go higher. My voice is Not great.
I'll do it for you.
Oh, you
No.
are. I can go lower.
Yeah.
That sounds weird now.
You are. You are.
No, you are.
No, you are.
The
You're
raid's just
so
gonna like
cute.
raid right over in the middle of this.
You probably should.
Brother.
Brother.
Hey, brother.
Bonesaw is ready.
Bone saw.
Okay, we've raided over.
Yes, we have.